What up, what up, what up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for being here once again. So I am back, y'all. So I hope y'all are ready for this live stream. As you come into the building, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button, hit the like button. That is super, super important, you guys. Go ahead and hit the like button before we get started. Also, if you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you like the content, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. Also, share and like the video and the stream, and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. All right? All right. So we're going to jump right into this. Shout out to everybody in the building. Samuel Blackman, what's going on? Alex in the building, what's going on, Alex? Lorenzo in the building, Lorenzo Redmond, Ryan Wedlow, what's up? Rainbow Kid, what's going on? How you been? Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. John Baylor Jr., thank you so much for being here as well. Thanks to everybody watching, everybody in the chat, everybody supporting the channel. I appreciate you guys. So you guys see the title, Men Are Done. I say that 1,000 times. Men are done and grandma needs love too, plus more. So we're going to hit on these topics, you guys, and I'm going to get out of here. But we're going to jump right into the topics at hand. What's going on, Daniel? What's going on, Daniel? How are you? Happy afternoon. So we're going to get into it. I have a couple of clips per usual, so make sure you guys are ready to chime in the chat. Also, if you're feeling generous and you want to support the channel, go ahead and support via Super Chat or Cash App. That definitely helps the channel out, you guys. So make sure you are doing that. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So I'm going to start off. Mr. Lunch for Dinner, how are you? Steve McCall, how y'all doing? I like that name. We're gonna go ahead and get into it, you guys. So we're gonna start off, of course, with the Kendra G clip, because that's the hyena sorcery right there. That's where we get all our hyena content from on occasion, because there's so much to choose from and so much to talk about and so much to break down. So definitely we're going to start with that. And then I have some other clips I want to share with you guys as well. So make sure you are hitting the like button as you come in. Successful MD, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Jeffrey Thompson, hey, how you doing? How are you? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you for being here. Let's go ahead and get into the first clip, you guys.
What's going on over here? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You got to turn your volume on, love. You got to turn on the volume, baby.
Okay, there you go. Can you hear me now, girl?
What you got going on?
Let me throw on my shades so I can see the shade coming. I'm chilling, waiting on my turn.
Is your name Catherine?
Yes.
Where you calling me from, baby?
I'm calling you from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Okay, how old are you?
I'm 57.
Oh, you do not look 57 at all.
Girl, I'm 57 years old. You see me.
Catherine coming in with the little attitude, Catherine coming in with the attitude off the rip. So we're going to see how this play out. She's damn near 60. Okay. Shout out to Catherine. Catherine 57. And I'm assuming she's looking for her man. So there's some key things that I look for when I see these types of videos or these types of women, what the requirements are, if they're unrealistic, just what they're looking for. Because what we see oftentimes is the older women who are still single looking for a man usually have the same expectations as the younger women who are looking for men. So, let's just play it. We're going to see how this will play out. Y'all definitely chime in the chat, and I'm going to give my 2 cents as we continue to watch. Let's continue. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Here we go.
I love you. I just want to say I love you, girl. I'm going to take my glasses off because I don't feel like you're going to be throwing no shade. Well, I love you, girl. I've been on here before. It wasn't on YouTube, but it was on Facebook.
You got it. You have an update?
No, I ain't got no update, girl. That man. Whew.
You met a man?
Yeah, I met a man, girl. I met an African. I met an African man girl, and it's just kids. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah. All right, so you back here for the second time, 57. What's your zodiac sign, Catherine?
Taurus,
When's your birthday?
April 29th.
Oh, you an April Taurus. Okay. I'm a
Yeah,
May Taurus.
are you a May Taurus? I know.
Catherine, you have any kids, girl?
Girl, I got a 15-year-old, but I got 6 children. They all grown. I got 30 grandchildren and 6 great grandchildren, baby.
She said 30 grandchildren. Oh wow, 36 children and 30 grandchildren. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Wow. Let's continue.
Yes.
You have 30 grandchildren?
Yes.
Okay, give me all of your 6 kids' ages.
OMG, Kendra. My first son's 184, so he got to be about what? 44. My second son, he'll be 40, October 24th. My third son, rest in peace, go Dolo. He passed away in 2020. Gunfight in Chicago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. However, I got a daughter that's 33, a daughter that's 32, and a son that's 30. Okay. And I have a 15-year-old that I take care of. He's my grandson. But I've been had him since birth, girl. And, oh, Lord, he's a handful, but I love him. Yeah.
Okay. Again, sorry about your child that passed away.
Thank you.
How many men do you have kids by?
4.
4. Have you ever been married?
No.
No. Do you work, Catherine? What do you do for a living, love?
Girl, I'm on disability. I just got my hips fixed, 2 hips in the last year, girl. And I'm on disability right now. I plan on going back to work in December.
Okay, so everybody need love. Love. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Even grandmas need love. Everybody need love, and everybody want love. And this is why I don't understand when we have a lot of these women on social media who are constantly talking about they don't need a man, they don't want a man, these men are all dusties. Oh, I can take care of myself, do it all by myself. And then we fast forward to women in their late 50s, 60s who probably felt like they didn't need a man either. But they've already created their children. They've already got, their families without a man. And then they get to the older age, and now they're coming out the woodworks. They're coming out the woodworks on social media at 50, 60 and older, wanting a man, looking for a man. I think she needed a hip replacement. Bless her heart. There's some other things going on, and I'm not trying to be shady or anything, but there's clearly some things going on. And now you want a man. This for young women who are looking at this, you have to take notes. You have to look at what the older women are doing. Remember, they were young once, right? And they probably felt, that they had the pick of the litter. They could, have this man after them and this man after them. And they were hot to trot and they looked good, and they had options. And they were very picky and picking, looking over good potential men and just having a good time. And then that time creep up on you, baby. That age creeps up on you. You may think you're 25 and you got the world in your hands, and next, 25 is not far from 30. 30 is not far from 35. You look around, baby, you're 45. And you still thinking that you are not going to settle, and you got all these options until you hit them 50s and the 60 and all of this, and you are still out here looking for a man. This is what it looks like. For any woman watching this and wondering if you got all this time in the world, you really don't. You really need to focus on if you want a man, focus on getting you a stable relationship while you're young, while you're hot to trot and you look good and the men still want you. Because eventually, baby, that's going to all go down. and it goes down whether you want to believe it or not. So it's just not the same when you in your 60s, late 40s, late 50s, late 60s and older out here still looking for a man. It's gonna hit different. It's not gonna give you what you thought, or give you what you thought it should be given when you're like, as opposed to when you were in your 20s and 30s, younger. It's gonna hit real different. So I would advise you, if you want a man and you want to have something long term, I'm just saying, because so many women are pushing this, I don't need a man, but secretly still looking for one. Just pay attention to the older women out here still looking for men. Just look at the outcomes for most of them and use that as a guide to make better choices. Jontel, thank you so much for the super chat. It says, remember when KS pointed out, who will help you off the toilet when your knee goes out? Or who will help you with your diabetes shot? Bullseye. Exactly. Can you do it all by yourself at that age? Or would you like a little help? You see what I'm saying? See? It's a selfish mindset until you realize what the purpose was of working with a man and being able to grow old with somebody where you guys, till one of y'all eventually got to pass away, but at least you have that love and that companionship all those years, as opposed to just thinking this single lifestyle is so great when it's not what it's all cracked up to be, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Thank you, Jontel, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Successful MD says, somehow many women think their prime is always. They don't see it, Successful MD. They don't see it. And it's no shade to anybody, but you got to look at the older generation of women who are still single, still out here looking for their mate or match, or, these older women who are crying, saying they just want somebody to love them and want somebody to be in their life. And all these superficial ideas of what you think a man should be and what a relationship should be, throw that shit out the window and be more realistic and more logical and understand the importance of family. That looks cute when you're young a little bit, but then as you get older and you start to realize you have no children, for the ones who don't want you, you have no man, you have no nothing, you're all alone. Your life here, yes, you may be successful financially, but your life here, what other meaning does it have if you have nobody to share it with? I mean, I get how some people think and how scary it might be, but life is scary. Life is unpredictable by itself. Nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's promised. But to just want to and choose to do this all by yourself is ridiculous in my mind. You know what I'm saying? It really is. Because listen, I don't know, to each his own, but I just think that a lot of these women say they don't need a man, they don't want him, but they secretly do. They secretly do. And that's the thing. But you're unrealistic in your approach, and you think that you got all the time in the world when you really don't, honey. None of us knows what the future holds. So you're taking a risk in anything that you choose to do. But I would rather choose to have love and family and commitment and loyalty and, a nurturing group of people around me that I know is there for me, and I know they love me, and we share this life together. We don't have a long time here now. So you want to try to live your best life, the best life you possibly can, however that looks. But to just decide, I don't want a man, and all these unrealistic, superficial stuff that people are requesting is just insanity to me. That none of that stuff matters. None of it matters. So you would think more people would understand. Look, you want to try to find what's important, not the stuff that's unimportant, the stuff that really don't matter. All this money and how much you gonna spend on me, all that is bullshit. That stuff is worthless if you don't have anybody to share it with. You out here just. That's just my take on it, y'all. And I know everybody don't think the same, and I can respect whatever anybody else chooses to do with their life. But I'm just saying, from my perspective, I believe that that's just a lonely way to live. You can't force a relationship on somebody, but to just choose, these men are just this and this unrealistic stuff that these women, They need to stop. Just stop. Because one day you're gonna realize how important it is. And usually it's when it's too late. I said that yesterday. When it's too late, then you realize, oh damn. But then it's too late. There's nothing you can do. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. There's nothing you can do. Divine Photo says loneliness hits differently as you get older. Facts. Take life seriously, ladies and gents. 1000% Divine Photos. I appreciate you. I mean, that's how I think. Everybody don't think the same, but I certainly think like that. And I think when you haven't experienced life with love and somebody who actually cares for you, when you haven't experienced it, you can't, you want it, but you can't, you think so selfishly and you don't see the real importance of it. But when you have it and you experience it, you can't think. I couldn't imagine not having my husband or my children. I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine life without them. It makes me almost want to cry. Because the things that they do, the joy that they bring, yeah, they crazy at times too, but it all goes together. They all are crazy. We're all crazy at times, but the love outweighs that. And when you see them grow and you get to experience things with them, do things with them for the first time or whatever, it's a good feeling. It's a life experience. It makes life worth living when you have people to share it with that you love and they love you. It's just nothing like it. And I'm just saying, and I think people oftentimes put so much negativity out there till they don't see the good parts of it. And by the time you're old, and I think a lot of people want to be consumed with the negativity to justify their choices and make them feel good about their choices, knowing deep down inside, that's not what you really wanted. And so it's hard to fathom the idea of being happy with a man and it's not just based on materialistic things and actually growing a family and raising a family and teaching your kids things, the silly things they do, the good times, then the bad times, all of it is intertwined. But you love each other and you make it work and you keep it moving until you're not here anymore. But that's why I don't understand it. I think because people who don't have it, they gotta find negativity in it. Hate something that you don't think that you can have. Put down something that you don't think that you can get, and because you don't have it, you want to make it seem like it's so bad. And that's just not the case for every situation. And then when you see happy couples and families, you long for that, but you don't want to do what's necessary to get it. And then you wait till you're older and then you're depressed and now you're mad because ain't nobody looking for you because you waited. You let the sisterhood and the feminists and all this tell you didn't need it. And then when you get older, now less desirable, let's be honest. And now you want it and it's just too late. Thank you for the super chat, Divine Photos. I appreciate you. Paul Harrison, thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. Hope all is well with you. Says, hey, DeeDee, OMG, far be it from me to speak bad on someone, but I'm trying to say right, that damn, that's how you saying it? I'm sure she knows that her look is not camera friendly, shaking my head. Child, you would think she would know. You would think she would know. But a lot of them are oblivious and delusional, child. They don't really see what we see. Let's just put it like that. Not trying to be mean, but they don't see what we see. They see something else. And that's the delusional aspect of it, Paul. Thank you once again for the super chat, Paul Harrison. I appreciate you. Successful MD says, maybe women should study, gerontology. It's real. What is Successful MD? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. What is gerontology? Let me know. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. You would think they would see what we see, but they don't though. They don't see, they see something else or what, I don't know, child. Let's continue.
Okay, disability. Okay. All right. And so we got Catherine in Wisconsin. 57. She's a tourist. Catherine, we can't see your face, boo.
Are you there, girl? Somebody calling my phone. You still there?
I'm here. I'm right here.
Kendra, you
But she,
still there, girl? Wait,
I'm
hold on.
here. I can see you, Catherine.
You still there?
Yes, I can see you.
Girl, why they do this to me? Hello?
I can see you, Catherine. I'm
I
right
can't
here,
even
love.
hear. Wait. Hello? What
I
I
can
do?
hear you, Catherine. I'm talking to you, girl.
Kendra. Oh my God.
What happened, girl?
Girl, I don't know. This phone, I don't know how to use this phone, girl.
Okay, what was the last question I asked you? Do you remember?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
All right, let me see if I can find you now, Catherine Child. I'll be writing all over this book. So I know, okay, Catherine. Oh, wait, I think I just found
Oh,
it.
I think you asked me about my
I
kid.
got you right here.
Yeah.
Catherine, Wisconsin, 57 years old. She's currently on disability. She's a tourist, mom to 6, by 4 men. Have you ever been married?
No.
No. Her kids are older, 44, 40, 33, 32, and 30. And she has 30 grandchildren. One which she raises is a 15-year-old. So
Yeah.
what kind of man you looking for again?
Girl, just an honest man, a God-fearing man, a man that can take care of himself and understand that I'm just the backbone.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
You know what? Liars. Um, my thing, I understand a man is gonna cheat. I don't believe in a man ain't gonna cheat. So I ain't even gonna say cheating, but um, I would love for a man to be loyal to me. Just not being independent and able to carry your own as a man.
Okay, a couple of things. Are those people in the background or is that the television?
Oh, girl, that's my daughter. Let me go close my room door because she.
Now let me pause it while she go close her room door. What does she mean? She the backbone and he could carry his own. And I think, and I say this often, and because I think about it, just based on the stuff that I see, a lot of the men that these women have been dating, really, when we say Pookies and Ray Rays, they must have really was not. They didn't bring much to the table at all, and that's what makes it so interesting, just to say the least, or for the lack of better words, that these women go for those guys. And it makes it also interesting the fact that they're asking for all this unrealistic stuff now. And this is why men look at the fact that these women have given their best years, their wombs, and all of this to these particular men who did not require much from, which makes these men realize that they don't want to have to meet all these super high expectations for women who didn't expect any of this from their baby daddies. You've given these men your time, your money, your resources, and children, and you didn't require marriage. You didn't require them to make six figures. You didn't require them to do any of these things. But now the expectations are super high for men who has all the qualities that you want. So you meet a man who has all the qualities that you want, but look what he has to choose from. This is what I think they don't realize. Look what you're asking him to accept. Because you feel you're worth more because you got a job, this man, all of the qualities that the men are looking for, these women don't have. So you got to look at yourself and realize, hold up, you got 3 kids, 3 baby daddies. You're independent. You're a boss chick. You don't really need a man. Your mentality is lost. Your womb has been given out. You don't want to give no children to this man. Now you have this independent mindset because you had to work and you had to do it by yourself. Now you think that you deserve more because your baby daddies didn't give you anything. Expectations are through the roof for the guys who have been responsible their whole lives. But the guys who were never responsible, you've given them everything that these guys have been looking for. So they want your youth. They want to create a family. They want to build with you. They want to grow with you. They want to start their life with you. They want to be, lead their families. The things that these women are offering, they've given it all the way to the Pookies in their youth. So this is what I want women to understand. The things you are asking from these men nowadays, they may have it, but you don't qualify. See, that's the thing. When you qualified, you were not looking for these types of men. When you're in your prime as young women, you were giving your youth and your prime years to men who didn't qualify. Now you're asking for the men who qualify to accept you, to settle for you, and these men don't want to do it because you don't have what it is that they want. Bottom line, you don't have what it is they want, and it's not their fault because you weren't raised to be a wife, and you didn't understand how to, preserve yourself or prioritize a man and family. That's not the fault of these guys. It's almost like they're trying to penalize these men and trying to push these men into accepting them because you messed up. That's not their fault. So you got to understand that these men are looking for things that men have always looked for. It's just that at the time, these women were not looking for the right things. You were going out, having your good time, playing around, sleeping with whoever. That's the good time and having your fun. And now you thought as you get older, now you can have these high expectations for a quality man, but you didn't realize what men wanted. See, the women who realized what men wanted, those women got married a long time ago. Those women got married, had children, and they're raising their families now or already have raised them. The men, those women knew, hey, I need to get married. I need to start my family. I need to do this, whatever. Because I know that I only have a short window of time. And these are the prime years for me to create a family, get married, do all of this. That if you want to work or have a hobby or a career, you can always do that later. But your priority, in my opinion, should be your family. That's just how I see it, because as you get older, it's not going to look the same. It's not going to be as easily readily available for you to start building a family older. Now, does it happen? Yeah, there are some people who start families older. Yes, there are, but it's not the majority. It's not a lot of that happening. So it's a possibility, but it's not that likely. So the best time to do it is when you're younger. And a lot of these women don't see it like that. They think younger years is to play off and have fun and sleep around and become single mothers. And that's it. And then as you get older, when you're ready to settle down and you want something serious, you think it's going to be there waiting for you, and it's not. And I think they're realizing that now. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat, says, when your heart is pure, your actions will be also. Thank you for the super chat. Once again, Successful MD, I appreciate you. It's just a fact, we know, but some women, are still convinced that it's going to happen a different way for them, that they're special and they're not going to have the same outcomes, So I think they're starting to see it, but they don't want to acknowledge it openly. You just, because deep down you still want to manifest what all this stuff that you want. And it's funny though, the women who don't prioritize this are the ones who have the highest expectations. They're not even reasonable in their attempts. They're not even reasonable when it comes to, even if you have one child, and you're like, okay, yeah, I was young and dumb. My mother didn't teach me this, or I didn't know this. That might be acceptable. That might be. Because if you're learning from that and you're moving on and you're positive and you know what men are looking for and you're working to give them what they want, maybe that could be acceptable. But if you know that you're already coming in at a disadvantage and you still have the highest expectations, that's just a selfish, independent mindset. You don't care about what the men want. You just want what you want, and you want them to settle for you. So when women talk about, I would not settle, and you got 2 and 3 baby daddies, baby, no, he would be settling. You want a man with all these things, then he would be settling for you. And majority, just like you won't settle and you think you're settling, these men are not going to settle for that baby. Bottom line. Hit the like button, you guys. Let's continue.
You doing too much, girl. Hold on. Anytime I'm doing a live video or anything, she just doing too much. Hold on. Can you still hear Kendra?
Okay, I think that's better.
Okay.
So, Okay, a couple things. So you believe all men cheat?
I do.
Okay. So are you saying that because all men cheat, that's not your deal breaker?
It's not a deal breaker for me. No.
Okay. Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Of course, I want my man to be fine. I would prefer a tall, dark, handsome man. Uh, but it really don't matter. Uh, like I'm into
At this point, it shouldn't matter, honey. You want tall, fine, dark, and handsome. Okay. And I mean, you can ask for what you want, you know. Successful MD says she just say I'm looking for a perfect fool, child. I don't know what that mm-mm, mm-mm. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. I appreciate you. Let's continue, honey.
looks is not my thing because looks can be deceiving. I believe in inner self. So if you show me who you are from the inside, then I can go with that.
Okay. But so he doesn't have to be tall, dark, and handsome.
No, not really.
Okay.
Hmm.
Should he make a certain amount of money?
Preferably, just make your own money. And be able to help out every now and then. I'm not a gold digger. I don't depend on nobody else. The only person I depend on is God, my higher power. However, if you can help out, just help out.
Okay. Now you have 6 kids. I'm assuming you don't care if he has kids.
Of course not, girl. I got 30 grandkids, 6 great kids. I love children.
How do you have 30 grandkids? Like how many? So your kids all got like how many? How is that? Your
So I
kids all got like 5 grandkids
started
each or
early.
something?
I
Huh?
started early. My first son was born when I was 14 years old.
No, but how do you have 30 grandkids? So how? So your kids all have like 5 kids each?
Well, my oldest son got the most.
How
So
many kids does your oldest son have?
my oldest son, girl, see, there you go with these numbers, girl. I'm 57 years old, girl. I can't keep up like that, but my oldest son got the most. He got 15 kids.
Your oldest son has 15 kids?
Damn.
Hey, we fertile, girl.
Wow.
We fertile.
What? Yeah. But how many women?
Kendra, don't do that to me, girl.
You don't want listen. You don't want to tell me your business. First of all, I never. Hold on, real quick. I don't even ask about grandchildren. You offered that
Mm.
information. I would have never asked you about grandchildren.
About my son, Kendra, it's about me.
You brought your son into this when you told me you had 30 grandchildren. So
Mm.
now I'm nosy. Now I'm nosy because you made me
Mm.
nosy. So if he got 15 kids, by how many women?
I love you, girl. You are the best. I'm telling you. I can't deal with them numbers right now. For real. But
Is
yeah.
it more than 5 women?
He got how many baby mamas? Uh, I think it's more than 5.
Ooh, child, we'll leave it at that. Okay. When
He,
was you did a Kendra camp? Catherine, we did a Kendra camp?
No.
of course we can, girl. Hold on. Let me show you me, girl. I done went from 220 pounds to 165, girl. Hold on.
Okay, how'd you do that?
Eating right, exercising.
Okay.
Well, at
Well,
least she
proud of you. That's a
exercising.
big accomplishment to lose that much weight. Okay, we see your
Right.
butt, girl.
Shut up, girl.
Y'all be love showing me your ass. You're 57. What's the age range you would date?
I would date anybody older than my son, which is I go from 47 to 67.
Okay, so just be older than your oldest son, who's 44. So
Mm-hmm.
47 and 57.
67.
67, excuse me. 47, 67. When was your last relationship, Catherine?
Oh my God, Kendra, I've been in like internet relationships, but being physical with somebody, it's like been over almost 6 years.
What's the
Ooh.
internet relationship?
Cause I like before I mentioned I was like in a relationship with an African and girl. Oh my God, it just didn't work out.
But now, did you ever meet him in person?
No.
So,
So last serious relationship it's been 6 years ago, and then she had an internet relationship with the African guy, and it just didn't work out. Um, do y'all think, and I'm just asking, do y'all think she's gonna be able to get her a man? Hopefully she can get her somebody, child. Everybody needs love. I told your grandmas need love too. So it's not like I have my opinion, but at the same time, listen, I want everybody to get what they want. You think she'll be able to get her a man within the year? Get her a man to companionship, somebody that's tall, dark, and handsome. But at the same time, she said that don't really matter. So maybe she can get somebody to be with her. Hopefully, y'all think it's gonna happen? Let me know. Let's continue.
okay, I need to understand this because you're not the first person to consider being in a relationship with a person you never met. So I have a hard time understanding how can that be considered a relationship if you never even met each other in person?
It's like emotional, spiritual. Um, I want a man to fuck me with my man, excuse me, before anything else.
So why didn't you guys meet in person?
Because it was a thing with the passports. I really didn't know how to go about getting my passport, and it was supposed to be an invite that I was supposed to send him, and I don't know how to go about that. And you know what, Kendra, I ain't gonna lie to you, I really liked this guy, but it's just that I just don't know how to get him here. I don't think he knows how to get me here, and we still talk, but it's like it, I can't help you, you can't help me. So what are we doing here?
So when did y'all break up?
Um, like about maybe 3 months ago.
And when did y'all start going together?
Oh, or like almost 2 years ago.
So 2 years, you was in a relationship for 2 years with a man you never met in person.
Yeah.
That's crazy as hell. Now, some people was trying to tell me that it's easy, but no, that's crazy as hell to be in a relationship with somebody you ain't never meet for 2 years.
Girl, if I could get him here, if I knew how to get him here, we'd still be in a relationship.
Ooh, child, I'm gonna let it be alone. So that's the last relationship. Now I'm gonna.
Have y'all ever been in like long distance relationships? Like, or have you ever been, met somebody online and y'all just talked over the phone, long distance, and you never really met them in person? Have any of you guys, any of y'all, have y'all ever been in a relationship like that? I haven't, of course. I have not. But have you ever been in a relationship with a person that you've never met in person? Because I kind of find that odd too. Like no, I couldn't do it. Like if I need to be able to see you. We need to be able to hang out, spend time together. Like I can't, like long distance relationships never would have worked with me. And this social media stuff online, just talking, that couldn't work. But I'm always interested in people who have done it or have made it work. Um, Rainbow Kid says, nope, I've been in a long distance and I'd fly out. It didn't work out because they wanted me to be there every day. Right. It wouldn't work out for me either because I need to be able to see the person that I'm talking to So T Sweet says no, no, no. L is it L? Says that's not a real relationship. Um I haven't, but it gets boring after a while. It's pointless. Some people don't know when to stop. No such thing. That's delusional. I'd rather see a person than do long distance. Right. It won't work long term, right? I don't do long distance relationships because some of these, who they is not trustworthy. Long distance only works on feelings, someone to talk to. People are desperate out here. It's if nothing is if nothing is popping in your community, then an internet relationship is an option, I guess. Never ever have to be close enough to relate. Too easy to stray playing with yourself. Playing with yourself. If you have trust issues, it's all about physical. It will never work. Yeah, I just couldn't see that could be a desperado. Yeah, I couldn't. Nah. That wouldn't work for me either. Let's continue.
I'm gonna ask. You don't have to answer. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Almost 6 years ago.
So 6 years ago. Okay. Are you waiting until you meet the next man in person?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, I got toys,
Say again. Say again.
I got toys, but it's not like.
Okay. We can leave it right there. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Truthfully, being a procrastinator for one.
Okay.
2 is being too trusting of others. Mm-hmm. 3 is being more observant of self-preservation. It's got to be more important to me.
More important to you.
Okay. Yeah, I do. I think of a lot of people before I think of myself, and I have to realize today, if I don't think of myself first, I can't think of these other people. So yeah, I need to work on that.
57. God, Lord, Jesus Christ! You got to be kidding me! What the fuck? I'm sorry. Okay. Damn, look. I could name my flaws, probably more than 3. It don't matter how old these broads are. None of them really list flaws. Like what? A procrastinator. Oh, working on what's she self-preservation and something else? Like what? We physically could see a flaw right away that could use some working on, right? I'm not trying to be mean, but we clearly see, that's a flaw. Like get that fixed. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be mean because I'm not a mean person. It's just the delusion is real. The delusion is real. Like the flaws are never flaws. They're never flaws. It's almost like you're complimenting yourself. You're not naming flaws. You're complimenting yourself. It's crazy. Even older women can't even name their flaws. It's insane, but it just shows you how delusional a lot of women are, y'all. How you don't see yourself for real. I mean, there's got to be some other things. We watch damn that 300-pound women couldn't mention not one flaw, not even their weight. Because they don't see it as a flaw. That's the thing, which makes you delusional. And you don't see yourself the way people see you. You see yourself as something higher and more than what it is. And so you act and you speak accordingly when everybody else can clearly see major flaws. We are all flawed. But if you're not aware of your flaws and you run around here thinking you're the best thing since sliced bread, it's a problem. I'm just saying, it's a problem. KJL podcast channel says, I believe she is lying given that cat up on a regular. This is delusion in real time. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Man, it's I don't even I'm not even trying to be mean. It's the same thing. It don't matter if you're young, old. The younger women can say, "Oh, I was young and dumb." When you get older, what do you call that? Like you still like speaking like the young girls. Successful MD says she's on Meta and 420 delusion. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know. And she sound like a nice lady. She sound like a nice lady. It's just I think the delusion is real. You start off with it when you're young, and it just stays there. There's no growth in there anywhere. They just get older and still believe that same stuff that was taught to them since they was young. They still believe that. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
That's true. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Catherine?
A guy would be really
Don't
lucky
say
to
I'm
be
a
with me
vibe.
because
Please don't say I'm a vibe.
I'm independent. I don't depend on nobody or nothing but God, higher power. And if we're in a relationship, if it does, if things go bad, I'm there to lift you up. I'm not there to kick you when you're down. I believe in lifting people up when they're down. I, I just, I want somebody to love me as well as I love them. That's all. I'm
Okay.
50 years old, Kendra. I don't got time for games, none of that. I just want to be comfortable. I want to enjoy
Okay.
today. That's all.
Okay. We got a paid question. LII said, I'll say it for the hating folks in the chat. We black men are the best fathers, respectfully, and that's law. LII. Hey, I know my father's a great father, and he's a black man. So
Well, you
I'm
know
not
what?
gonna.
Kendra? What I can say about that comment, I was raised without a father. And I don't know what it is to have a father by your side. I didn't have a stepfather, none of that. My mom was just mentally disturbed. Um, and I didn't have the opportunity to see all that. So I can't relate to that.
Can't relate to that. Okay.
No.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, Lee Turner wants to know: Did you send the king of Zamunda money? The guy in Africa. Did you give him money?
No, I didn't give him money. What it was is we had been exchanging money through Bitcoin. He's he expressed to me, and I'm a kind-hearted person. He said that U.S. money was more than if I exchanged it for Bitcoin for him, that he could do more with it. So I did. You
How
know,
much? How much money you give
Girl,
him,
you
girl?
was getting
I
scammed.
didn't give him anything, Kendra. He
Mm.
sent me money,
Okay.
change it into Bitcoin,
Okay.
and he would give me extra money to do that for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
So
didn't just give him money. He gave
no,
you money. You exchanged it.
listen, he gave me money. I exchanged it, and he gave me extra sometime, and I did. I ain't gonna lie. I sent him a couple of dollars too because he was nice to
Girl,
me.
what
It
you
wasn't that I was just
did?
giving him money. No, he
Oh, girl.
we were exchanging money, and he would send
Oh,
me extra money to
yeah.
do the Bitcoin for him. And yes, yeah, I did. I sent him money once.
Mm,
How
Yeah,
much money you sent him that one time?
I
mm,
think it was like $50.
Oh,
mm,
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bro, I'm
Well,
on the big income. I can't be sending nobody no damn money, but he was looking out
mm,
for me.
mm.
So we
Okay.
look out for each other,
All right.
and why did y'all break up?
because I felt like he wasn't doing enough. He
Sure.
he talked, he said he loved me, all this and that, but hey, you're not doing enough to get here. Show
Mm.
me what I need to know for you to get here, and all I need to do is get a passport, and
Mm.
I can be there, Kendra.
Ma'am,
You
is it
know,
so she don't know how to get a passport? It's super easy. Somebody should tell her how to get a passport. It's very easy. It's not that difficult. It's easy. Successful MD says being raised by one parent does not excuse seeking self impact. I told you all she was involved with a scammer. She was a middleman with no profit. Baby, thank you so much for the super chat, Successful MD. Once again, I appreciate you, child. She was fooling with an African scammer, child. Because she didn't have enough men to choose from out here, in her area, so it was easy to get on there with the African scammers, child. Let's continue.
However, make me believe that you want, me like you say you do. So put forth a little more effort. If I say,
what could he have done? Did he need? Did he have the paperwork to come to America?
Yeah,
he did.
Help me. No, he didn't. He did not ever submit it. Help me. Inbox me something what I need to do to get you here. Because I was willing. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I was willing. But, it's like he's not putting forth enough effort. So, I mean, I asked him, what do I need to do? He said, get a passport, come over here. He want me to come over there. But however, I just don't have the funds. It's expensive to travel overseas. I don't have the funds to go over there. I'm on a fixed income. Just moved in my apartment.
So do y'all think he wanted her to come with her passport to bring him back? Is that what it is? He wanted her to come there and then so that she can bring him back, maybe? I don't know, child. It don't sound right to me. But a lot of women, older women are desperate. I will say that. You trying to get in where you can fit in. You trying to get somebody at this point because, the pickings are going to be slim because a lot of these men aren't interested. Not because you have all the choices and the options. It's because the men aren't interested. So I guess that was, like she said, if she could get him here, then they would be together because that seemed like that was her only option, Baby, let's continue.
I've traveled a long road. That's another story. I ain't gonna, hold you with that. But yeah, Kendra, I've been through some things. The last time I was on your show, I was in Arizona, living with my sister. Today, I'm so grateful to God that I'm in my own apartment with my baby and things is looking up for me. And I ain't gonna lie to you, when I first got with the African guy, he was like inspiring to me because I was going through what I was going through. He would talk to me every day, whatever. And it just, I don't know. I'm sorry. But a lot, and I'm claiming it. September 1st, I have 2 years clean off of heroin and crack cocaine, and I have to pat myself on the back for what I've been through today.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of people don't talk about it, but this shit, it's going on today. It's happening. It's a reality. People using drugs, and
now we realize that people are using drugs for sure. Like I think we all know that. But shout out to her for her sobriety, for getting clean, because that is difficult to do, I will say. So I'm not gonna mock that because there are, I guess a struggle for people to have to come off, substance abuse. So, if she's getting her life together and doing better with that, kudos to her. I will give her that. That's difficult to do. So, Jontel, thank you for the super chat. Says set to be the fall guy in money laundering. Thank you for the super chat, Jontel. That's what it sounded like. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Successful MD says his name is Casper. She might end up with charges, child. I wouldn't be. People don't realize what they say on social media and how it could come back to bite them in the butt. Like that could have been left out. You here to find a man. You didn't really have to expose all of that. I'm just saying. But I think people get comfortable and they forget what they're saying. Thank you for the super chat once again, Successful MD. They just start talking and they don't realize, what they're divulging. Like, you gotta sometimes be careful of what you're saying on these social media streets, because you just never know. But let's continue.
I'm just grateful because I do spend a lot of time watching your show because I love you. You inspire me. You came from WGCI 107. Girl, girl, please. I just can't tell you how grateful I am for you. And it's not brown nosing. It's just because you gave me an opportunity to do something different. And that's on a date nap, you know. Um, girl, you probably think I'm mental or something.
First of all, congratulations for being sober for 2 years.
Thank you.
And this is that's no small feat. So be proud of yourself. Life happens to all of us. I've been through all stages of life. Okay, life looks great now, but I've been on unemployment checks. I've been working before, sleeping on air mattresses when I was on my career hustle. So I know all levels of life. So nothing was given. I had to work for it all. So I'm very empathetic to people that have gone through things, but always come out on the other side. And you came on the other side. So be proud of yourself.
Thank you. I can't take none of the credit. It's my higher power.
That's
Captain Caveman, thank you for the super chat. Says heroin. Now it makes sense. I'm glad she's clean. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm glad she clean. That part of it. Let's continue.
right.
And when I taking the credit, I think it's okay for me to pick up again. So I can't take none of the credit no more, girl. I've learned that it's him and not me. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
I just want to say to Kendra, let me just say to anybody struggling with this, you can do it. One day at a time, 1 second at a time, 1 minute at a time, however you have to do it, you can do it. Believe in yourself because ain't nobody going to believe in you like you believe in yourself.
Now that's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. Catherine, you have a Cash App?
Girl, stop playing with me, Kendra. Yeah, I do.
What's your Cash App, Catherine?
It's my name, Catherine Buford.
Okay, is it spelled the way right there?
Yeah.
Catherine?
No, because I think, girl, let me tell you something too, girl. This YouTube page, my grandkids made it.
What happened?
My grandkids made this YouTube page for me, girl. So, but my Cash App is KATERINEBUFORD 01.
Okay. You have dreads?
Huh?
You have is this you?
That's me, girl.
Okay, that's you. Okay. So I'm gonna send you something. I'm not gonna disclose what it is, but I'm gonna send you a Cash App blessing. May you use it towards anything you desire. And
so much. I appreciate you, girl. I really do. I love you. You are too kind, girl. And you just keep doing what you're doing. You hear me?
thank you, honey. Well, glory be to God. I definitely always want to give the credit back up to the up high, like you just said.
Yeah.
All right, Catherine. Now, are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
Girl.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it there, y'all. Shout out to Kendrick. I think that's a good thing that she does for for people giving back or whatever. But it's still, and shout out to this lady on being sober and all of that. I think that's a great thing. There are a lot of people out here who are struggling with addiction, and it's hard for some of them to break it, and they end up in a bad place. So if she's really doing better, shout out to her, and hopefully she continue to grow and do better. But on the flip side, the man thing, the relationship thing, it might be a little difficult still. I still stand on that, at that her age and especially the things that she's been through and what she's looking for. The time may have passed for that, unfortunately, just like with a lot of other women as well. And that's just going to be a difficult thing to get. But the best I would recommend to her is to work on yourself. Continue to work on yourself and get yourself to a better place mentally, physically, all of that. She said she lost weight. So I will give her that. That's the best you can do. You can't control other people and what other people choose to do, but you can definitely control what you do and how you live your life, and you can always better yourself. So that's what she's doing. Shout out to her on her journey of doing better, getting staying sober and getting her life together, and that's it. But the dating man thing, that might be a lost cause. I'm just saying, it might be anything is possible. But that might not be in her near future. I'm just saying. But shout out to her. All right, let's move on. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Go ahead, hit the like button for your girl. I appreciate you. Let's move on. Here we go.
To be honest about dating, if you want to find a man that has a degree with a respectable career, making 6 figures, owns a home, drives a nice car, not cheap, has family values, no baby moms, and no felony, you'll have to date outside your race. Now, the woman in this tweet is not wrong. However, there are 2 pertinent issues that she's failed to address. The first being that this isn't the typical standard criteria, qualities, or credentials that black women seek out in mates. We've seen the type of men that they lust after, copulate with, and reproduce with. We also see the type of men that they tend to reject, which just so happens to be many of the black men who would actually fit the criteria on this list. They'll walk around singing every good girl needs a little thug, every fuckboy needs a little love. Not every queen needs a man with a degree, no felonies, or babies. And considering the fact that they're the least desired, least likely to get married, least likely to ever be married, least likely to get remarried, and have the highest rates of marriage instability, as well as the lowest interracial marriage rates, it's going to be extremely difficult. Because the overwhelming majority of men in other cultures do not want to deal with a black woman's attitude.
So what he was responding to what somebody said. Basically he's saying, what we always say, women say they want these good men, these men who have their stuff together, quality men. They say they want quality men, but they don't. It's like you say that on the one hand, but what you choose and who you choose to be with shows something entirely different. So you say you want to, like he said, you're going around talking about you want a thug and you want, a scammer and all of these things. But then in the same breath, you say you want a good man. They could contradict themselves often. So you want a good man, but you don't go after the good guys. You go after the scammers and the thugs because that's what you are physically attracted to. We know this, but complain about there aren't any good men out here. It's just, we just going in circles with this because it never makes any sense. And, and you're not supposed to, it's like you're supposed to ignore the fact that they're contradicting themselves and that they're just talking shit. And they're not really serious about what it is they say they want, because the guy who is the good guy and has his stuff together may not want her, may not choose her. But if he did, he's going to be expecting something from her. And he's not going to want a hood chick. He's not going to want an aggressive loudmouth who don't know how to act in public and who's disrespectful and just out here trying to be outside all the time. He's not going to want that. So either you're going to have to shape up or ship out. So he's not going to want your type. And that's what I think they realize it. So what they constantly say is, oh, we want a good guy, but they're not available. No, because they don't want you. They're not picking you. So all you have is the scammers and the thugs to play around with, because even they don't really want you. They play around with you and throw you back to the streets. So instead of getting your act together and doing what you need to do to qualify for the better man, you won't do it because you don't feel comfortable doing that. You don't want to make any changes. So you just stay there complaining and playing around with Pookie and Ray Ray. So when you hear women say this, they're not serious about it a lot of times. They just want to do what they want to do. That's all. The good guys have emotional intelligence. They're not going to fall for your BS, and that's what they know. And so that's why they don't want to deal with them either. And that's why you want a fool, somebody to come in and just pay all your bills. Because you can't measure up. You don't want to be with them for real, but you think they should be head over heels enough for you to just come in and pay all your bills while y'all have separate lives. That's crazy to me. Captain Caveman said, don't send that cash app to that man. God bless her. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Oh, Lord. Yeah, and I mean, look, I feel like it's a broken record saying the same old thing over and over, hoping that somebody get the lesson and learn from it, because it is what it is. You want something for nothing. You want, but do you really want it? That's what I'm saying. I don't think they really want the good guys. I think they want a simp, a fool. You want somebody to be foolish enough to accept what you're dishing out. You want somebody who, you know what I'm saying, who's just gonna give you what you want, and that's it. And all you want to do is be outside and get to the bag. So you want somebody to fund your lifestyle, and that's really it. A lot of these women don't want the relationship. They just want the benefits of one. You want the protection of one. You want to be able to call somebody to handle business for you and protect you and do all these things, give you money, buy you stuff, do all of that. But you don't really want the relationship. You really don't want to do your part in the relationship, And I think men realize that, and they don't want to fall for it, and you shouldn't. That's it. That's just that. T-Sweet says there's nothing outside. Child, there sure isn't. Ain't nothing outside. You need to take your butt inside and work on yourself. Ain't nothing out there. And so, exactly, John Smith. These women want a sponsor. They do. You just want somebody to sponsor your lifestyle. That's it. They're not ready. And by the time they think they're ready, you're so indoctrinated into this whole, I don't need a man, single lifestyle. You're just stuck there. That's it. You stuck there. You men don't want to even deal with you at that point because you're too independent. You too bossy. Being independent and having all these degrees make you bossy and selfish. It makes you feel like you're in control and nobody can tell you anything. And I don't think too many men want to deal with those types of women. It's very clear. It's obvious. Men have spoken. They basically saying what they want, and they're not settling for it. They're really not. This is why we got, what's her name? Got to go get a surrogate to have a baby and stuff, because nobody wants to deal with her. Nobody wants to deal with her. You're so successful. You make so much amount of money. She comes off as this elitist. I'm so elite and so better than the majority of these men because I make more money and I can't do it. And they can't do it either. Even a man who she was engaged to, who had money, couldn't deal with her because her expectations were just unrealistic and very selfish. This man wanted to spend time with his family and his kids, and you wanted him to prioritize you. Well, no. Just like it's a selfish mentality that comes with those types of women. That's what I'm saying. And these men don't want to deal with that. Shalonda Robinson says, I love your content, DeeDee. How many kids do you have? How many kids do I have? I have 9. And I know that's a shock for some of y'all. Thank you so much for the super chat. Ebony K. Williams, yes, classy. Ebony K. Williams. Yeah, I mean, she's sitting up at the top, and she went got a sperm donor because nobody wants to deal with her. Nobody wants to have, be with her because her attitude probably stinks. Her attitude is horrible. So, yeah. Her attitude is horrible. She thinks she's better than average men. She said that with the bus driver thing. You can't date. You're so focused on the financial aspect. You're so focused on how much money you make and how better you think you are than men. You can't see a good man in front of you, and he probably would want you because you're gonna run him away. You're gonna run him away. You're not giving him what it is that he wants. So you can look good all day, but your attitude is that's not gonna work with a man who has standards as well. He doesn't care about how much money you make. It's your mentality, your who you are as a person. If you're a nasty person and you just make a lot of money, who wants to be with somebody like that? So that's her problem. So she had to go and get a surrogate to have a baby because nobody want to have no baby with her, and nobody ain't trying to marry her either. And she's in her 40s. So it is what it is. Let's see. OMG Entertainer says, I do want to have 10 plus in the future once I reach the financial and wealth goals. He's talking to T Sweets. Just rare to find the right person to meet the expectations. Baby, if you want to have 10 plus children, oh my God, you got to start early. Yeah, we wasn't playing around. People used to tease us and say, well, y'all don't have TV. Y'all just keep making them babies. Yeah, I never in a million years thought I'd have that many children. My husband wanted a big family. In the beginning, early on when I was younger, I didn't want no children. I said, when I was like a teenager, I was like, I don't want no children because it seemed painful. I thought it just was going to be painful. So I didn't want any children at first. But met my husband, he wanted a big family, and there I was, child. What they call it, fertile myrtle or whatever, child. Yes. So there we got it. And the majority of them are just stay out the way now. The majority of them are grown. So we started early, and now the majority of them are grown. And this is why I tell people, listen, when you have children, your life isn't over. It's how you do it. In the early year, when you start young, you still have time to live your life. You take care of yourself. You can raise your family and you can still have a life. Life isn't over when you have kids. A lot of these people act like when you have children, you're just done and through. No, baby, there's still life to live. I'm still living. We're still living. We do things. Our kids most of them are older, so we can do things. We can experience things with them. And it's not this, oh, horrible, bad. Oh my God, it's so bad, children, and I don't want to be miserable. No, if you think that way and if you listen to what a lot of these people are saying, then you're going to miss out because you're sitting back wanting a family and not doing what it takes to get it, thinking that it's so hard and, oh my God, my life is over. No, it's not. Classic Perspective says, if I was a bus driver, I would invite Ebony to the anniversary party and I'll tell her, make sure you bring your husband. Right. Thank you, Classic Perspective, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah. Calvin Cook says, fruitful and multiply is good. Right. I'll take 3 and a possible. Skinny boy, 20 boy. Is stew a word for modern women? I don't know. At DeeDee, her attitude probably smell like, yeah, you could listen. My thing about her, and I say, look, to each his own. Whatever you choose to do, that's your business, because you got to live your life, and I'm living mine the way I want to. You live it the way you want to, but they're not just living their lives the way they want to. They're still complaining about it, and you're trying to force. And I think what the thing with Ebony K. Williams is, she sounds like she's trying to force men to level up so that these successful women can have men to choose from. And my thing is this, that's out of your control, boo. You can't control what men want to do or what they do with their lives. You can't control how men are, if they're happy, what career choices they want to make, what they want to do. There are men who are bus drivers and make decent money, and they're happy with that. Why should they, if they don't aspire to do more than that and they're happy in their careers and they're happy with where they are, who are you to try to tell these men, you shouldn't be happy there? You should keep going. Now, everybody don't want to do that. Some people are comfortable with where they are. They know what it is that they want. They know how much money it takes to maintain their lifestyle, and they're comfortable and happy with that. They're able to work and do what they love and go home to a nice environment and comfortable with that. I just don't like the idea of women trying to press men to just level up. You want these men to work until they die just to give you a lifestyle that you're comfortable with. What about him? They're not supposed to be happy and enjoy their life. They're just supposed to work to please you and give you everything that you want while he's suffering. No, men, that's not, no, I don't agree with that. And why would you? If you really care about the man that you're with, wouldn't you, if he's working so hard, what time do you have to spend with him? Life is short. Wouldn't you want to spend time with the man that you love and y'all do things together instead of him working his body to the bone while you just sit back with your girlfriends and take girls trips and just do everything that you want. Everything is catered to you while he's working and grinding, and he don't have time to even do anything for himself. Why would you? And y'all don't have time to do anything together. Why would you want that? What's the point? My thing is this. I understand men have to work. They got to go out and work. And they're not going to be sitting with you kumbaya and all day long, every day, all day, just sitting there. You know, they got to work. If you want them to go out and take care of the bills and do all this stuff, he has to work. But also, y'all should be building together so that you can have those moments where you either take a vacation. And I'm not talking about vacation in every weekend. I'm talking you schedule and you plan that y'all have whatever. Y'all have 2 vacations a year or whatever it is, or just time where when he has time off and you guys can do things together, plan trips together, just whatever it is, just have quality time. You want to be able to have quality time with the person that you with. I wouldn't want, my man just to work. Yeah, he got to work. But then there are down times where he has time to be with his family. Why? What's the point of having a family if you never have any time with them? And why would you, as the woman, not want to spend time with your man? You want him to kill himself working so you can have his lifestyle and to hell with what he want. Nah, I think that's asinine. That's just my thoughts on it. That's just my thoughts. What's the point of having this family and you don't have no time with him? What's the point? QM says, yes, you can't start having 10 kids at 35 and 40, man or woman. Yeah, that's a bit late. You got to start in your 20s. And you got to have them back to back to back. So they grow up together. That's even if you don't need that many, if you don't need 9 and 10, that ain't for everybody. But even if you want 3 children, 2, my advice would be to, you get married, your wife, she's young. If y'all want 2, y'all want 3, I always recommend at least 2, at least 2 children. But if you want 3, have them close together. It's better that way. In my opinion, it's better that way. Have them close together because then they all grow up together. And then guess what? They're all out of the way together. And that time go by so fast. You look around, you're like, hey, they were just babies. Now they all grown. They out the way. They can live their life and you can still live your life. It's a beautiful thing to see. It's not this horrible, harsh thing that everybody try to make it out to be. No, but I will say though, you gotta have a supportive man. You gotta have a man who wants that. See what I'm saying? You gotta have a woman who wants that too. That you both have to want it. You can't do this with people who don't want it because then it could be tumultuous. So you got to have the both of you, the woman and the man who wants this, who wants the family, who is there because, as much as, my husband has been a major support. I will say that even going out and working and still coming home and helping with the children and everything. So look, I cannot take that away from him. But he wanted it. He wanted it. So it wasn't a big deal for him to support. He knows that, hey, this is a lot and we're doing it. And so he's never complained ever. Never, not one complaint about anything. In fact, I'm the complainer. You know what I mean? I'm the complainer. My husband never complained about going to work, coming home, even like giving the children a bath when they were little, he's never complained about anything. I can tell you that, and that's why I'm saying you have to have somebody who wants this and somebody who want it. Because when they want it, they're not, they're going to be happy doing it. You getting what you wanted, they happy with it, So it really does depend on the 2 people. I will say that. Class Perspective says Ebony either knew someone to donate sperm with money because most men that donate sperm usually are middle-class workers with people donating for money. That might be the case, Classy. I don't know. Thank you for the super chat class perspective. So you think she knew somebody and got that? She probably did. She probably did because she did say that the person that the child will be able to contact the father or whatever. But anyway, child, that's a whole nother. Thank you so much for the super chat class perspective. Blue Exodus says DeeDee was trying to recreate Jackson 5. Child, how many they got? The Jackson 5s. How many of them was there? It was a lot. I know that. I love my freedom. Most women are not wives. I did everything I wanted to just chilling now. I know that's right. It's a beautiful thing when it works. Yeah, it is. Let's see. Mia's Bells, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Listen to this clip, you guys. Make sure y'all hit the like button.
If
Hold
they're
on.
married.
Let me go back. Go back. There we go.
Can we stop asking women if they're married to their baby daddy? Because it does not matter whether or not you're married to a man before you have a child. Because guess what? Married men cheat every day. People get divorced every day. It does not matter. Look.
Angry man. So she said stop asking. She said stop asking women. I want to play it again. She said stop asking women if they've been married to their baby daddies, because it does not matter. So she's saying it does not matter if you are a single mother. It just don't matter because people get married and divorced every day. What does them getting divorced have to do with you being married before you carry? Yeah, people get divorced, but I mean, that says a lot about you as the person, that you didn't care about who you made a child with, that you don't care about giving your child the best possible outcome. That's what it says. And it does matter. I mean, that's the problem now. So many women don't see the importance of their children having a father and you being married to the father of your children, your children being married. They don't see the point in all of it. And they just think that it's, just have a baby. And then you don't end up being with the child, the child's father. Y'all, because y'all out here just hitting it and quitting it and you getting popped up. And that's it. And you just raising it by yourself thinking that that's a flex when it's not. And then you're complaining later on that your child doesn't have a father and you don't know what to do with them and all of this. Then when all the consequences start to show, now you're mad and angry and complaining still. So why not try to do the right thing first? But they don't think it's the right thing. They think it's okay. They've been hoodwinked into thinking that, just go ahead and make babies. It's okay. I can do it by myself because we're in a modern world. Women don't care about being married anymore. So let's just do it. So that's the problem. That's the problem now. All these women complaining about single motherhood and it's not an issue. T-Sweet says husbands sound so much better than my opinion. Right, it does. And I mean, honestly, think about it. And it's just my opinion. Y'all could disagree. It doesn't sound right when you're in your 40s talking about me and my baby daddy or my boyfriend. Like at that point, you should have a husband. That's the way it's supposed to go. But people are so outside of the order of things. They make it all make sense. Why? Well, you shouldn't be at 50 years old talking about my baby daddy is right outside. Like, it just don't sound right. It really don't. Not to me. It really don't. And I know everybody is not into marriage, but I mean, look, I'm gonna leave that there. But it's too much for some. Some people just don't see it or they don't want to see it. And they just want to do what they want to do. And then when it's not working, I'm like this, look, do whatever it is you want to do. Because I'm not here to try to convince people or tell people to do what they don't want to do. Do what you want to do. But when you have certain consequences or outcomes associated with your choices, keep the same energy. Just stop complaining because it makes you look like a hypocrite when you say, I want to do what I want to do. This is my choice and I don't give a damn about what nobody else is saying. Own up to that. That's all. Because it makes you look foolish to say you want this and then steadily complain about the outcomes, you know, and then talk about, oh, well, I wish somebody would have told me this was going to be like this. Well, people are telling you now. So there's no excuses. People are telling you what outcomes to look for if you make certain choices, right? So if you want to do it anyway, just don't complain. Just accept it like a G and say, you know what? I chose this, so I'm going to roll with it and I'm going to live my life. I can respect that. Because you don't have to do what I did. You don't have to do what others do. But understand there are certain consequences attached to it, and you're no different or no special from anybody else. It's the same for you versus anybody else. You're not going to get something so different. So when you realize that, don't be bitter, don't be angry, don't be mad. Just accept it and maybe do better, make different choices from that point on and live your life. That's all I'm saying. Just accept the consequences of your choices. That's it. Women give their sons their names, not the fathers. How do you know your kin? I'm definitely done. David says, Garuda Legend says, I don't want to be called a baby daddy. No thanks. I know that's right. They say if it ain't about the money, don't be blowing me up, Ninja. I ain't getting up. Kelvin. It all take accountability and work. Exactly. T Sweet says that. Thank you for that. You know, yeah, it's all about accountability. You can make whatever choices you want as an adult. Nobody is trying to force you one way or another. I'm just saying, listen, if you want certain outcomes, make the choices associated with that outcome. But a lot of times people don't think about the outcomes. You only think about what you want in the moment. It's a selfish mindset. What you want. You're not thinking about the potential or possible children. You're not thinking about anybody else but yourself. And in my opinion, I think when you choose to create a child by yourself and raise it by yourself, that's a really selfish act, in my opinion, because you're not thinking about the child. You're not thinking about the child whatsoever. You're thinking about you, what you want, and that's it. So it is, just make the best of it. Don't try to change it or complain. I remember this lady. She was I can't think of her name for nothing, but she was I think a journalist, and she put her career first. I forget her name, but she was on YouTube. She put her career first, and she didn't think that she would end up single as long as she was single. She thought in her younger years, she had time. She said this. She thought that she had time. She thought by the time she was, 30 something or whatever, she would be married and have kids, but it didn't happen that way. She ended up being, getting to her 40s. She ended up losing her job. She ended up losing her career. She didn't contemplate that. She didn't think that would happen. See, life is happening no matter what you think. So she was doing good. Journalist career was going great. She got older. She thought she would get married and have had several children by that time. She ended up in her 40s. Career, lost her job, had to move with her parents. I don't know if you guys remember this story. Had to move in with her parents. Never thought she would have to do that. Moving with her parents in her 40s, no man or marriage or no prospects of that. And then it just wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. Then she ended up getting a sperm donor and having a child by herself. It's not what she thought her life would be. She thought it would just happen. She would get husband and children and it would just happen, but didn't realize that that's not what she prioritized. She prioritized her work. I mean, it's real common sense, actually. She prioritized her career, and she did that, and time passed, and she realized, well, damn, I'm in my 40s. I don't have no man wants to marry me. I don't have no kids. It didn't work out. She lost her job, living with her parents, and then she got a child. She's a single mother in her 40s, and that's that. But that's not what she wanted. That's what I'm saying. The way people think, they don't think about the future. You don't think it's going to go that way. You think that you have all the time in the world. Like I said, you think that, it's just going to happen. not realizing when you put whatever you put the most attention to is what you end up with. So more of that is on your career, you get the career. And you bypass the family because by the time you're older now, you don't have those kind of options. And so you're stuck. Now then you have to make choices based off of that. That's just what it is. It's not rocket science. It's not, anything. This has always been the way it is. It's not a new phenomenon. So yeah, that's why I say, listen, if you want a family, prioritize your family first, work on that, prioritize that, get that. Because even if you want to just say you want to go to school, you can always go to school. You can always start a business. You can always do that. That's not, you can do that at any age. You can start a business at any age. It's not like your biological clock. It's a time frame on that. So to me, it make more sense if you want a family, work on a thing that you don't have a lot of time to do first. If you can't work on that, prioritize that, try to get that. If you want to go to school later or start a business later, you can always do that at any age. There's people who start businesses at 50 years old, 60 years old. You can always do that. But having a baby at 50 and 60 the possibilities are quite slim. So it makes sense to focus on that. And then the other stuff, you can always come back to that. That's how I see it. So that's why I say you can have what you want, just not all at one time. Successful MD says life can change overnight. It sure can. You don't choose and prepare. Life will pick for you. Secret fact, most successful businesses were started later in life. Yep. That's true. Or run away faster than a train from the Boys TV show. She talked about her baby daddy. I am out, not into that baggage. So you honored your career just to go back home to mommy, but it's never too late. A man that didn't have kids can make a good stepdaddy. Yeah, it's crazy, y'all. So that's just my thoughts on what good is opening a business without a feasibility study. I just think these messages are for women and men, but basically women who want to have families. And I'm just telling you, it's better to start young. I know a lot of women push back against that. They thinking, oh, well, why? I'm too young to do. No, you're not. That's what society has told women that, oh, in your 20s, you shouldn't be thinking about marriage. You shouldn't be thinking about a man. Why not? That it's just quite the opposite. You should. If you want a family, because you don't, it's hard to start the older you get. So it's better to start because that's really when that's the best window to do it in, So yeah, I think they've just set a bunch of women up and just told them lies so they can move exactly the way that they're moving, and now they're complaining about it. So I'm gonna wrap it up, you guys. Thank y'all so much for being here once again. I appreciate everybody who supported the channel or supports the channel. Super chats, cash apps, liking the stream, sharing the stream, all that good stuff. Thank y'all so much for the support. I appreciate you guys so much. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here. Hit the like button on your way out, you guys. Make sure you are watching the videos that are already posted on the channel. I think I have a couple of more videos that'll be posted today. So make sure you go ahead and like the videos. Share them if you can. Hit that notification bell to be notified when I go live or post new content, you guys. Thank y'all once again for being here. I appreciate the content. I appreciate your responses. Y'all chatting it up. I appreciate you guys for that. You have no idea. So that is it for this live stream, you guys. Stay tuned for more. I will be back. Remember, I'm going to be back tomorrow, which is Friday, which is my regular live stream schedule, and Saturday. I'll be here Saturday as well. So make sure you guys tune in. 1:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you guys are locked in and ready to chat it up with your girls. So thank y'all once again. Hit that like button on the way out. I appreciate you guys so much. Until next time, y'all be safe out here in these streets. I'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you once again. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Mwah. Bye.